Hi, it's Chef Rick, and today I'm making crab cakes. First thing we're going to need for this is some very finely diced spring onions. So to finely dice a spring onion, top and tail it, which means removing the very tip of the white end and about an inch off the green end. And then you'll also find on the spring onions, or a lot of spring onions, they have a very thin layer of skin just around one of the ends, just like that. Peel it off, throw it away, and now you're left with the perfect spring onions ready to chop. So the first thing we're going to do is just chop them into thin slices, like so, and then we'll take the thin slices, and just a standard technique that we always do when we want to mince something or chop it really finely is we're just going to work back and forth, left and right, bringing the spring onion back into the centre of where you're chopping. Any larger bits which are sticking to the knife, just slide them off the blade and get them back onto the chopping area, and then just work them back and forth like that. And then in the end you're going to get lovely finely diced spring onion. This is parsley, flat leaf parsley, which I'll remove just some of the thicker stems. The thinner stems in there don't really matter at all, and we are going to chop these up really nice and finely again. Just like we did before, we're just going to work back and forth, left and right. Whilst I'm chopping this parsley, I will ask you please, if you like my videos, hit like at the bottom, that's a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe, I do 3 of these a week, click the subscribe button. It's totally free for you, but it helps me out massively. So if you choose to do that, I really appreciate it. Thank you in advance. There's the parsley nice and chopped, fine. So into a mixing bowl, we're going to put our crab meat. That's the fresh white crab meat. That is the parsley, spring onion, 1 egg beaten. Going to give that a mix together now, first of all, with a fork. Those lumps of crab meat will start to flake apart as you mix them, so you can you don't have to be too delicate with it. You can give this a really good mix at this stage. Into that we're going to add cayenne pepper and white pepper. Give that a good mix. Now these are nice and spicy. Obviously all the quantities will be down in the description below. Amend them for spice level. I'll put a note in there, of course, in the recipe description about how spicy it is. If you want to tone it down, just put a little less cayenne. Mashed potato, I'll put a link to a previous mashed potato video. I didn't want to do this as a separate video. We're going to add this bit by bit gradually, because the amount of mashed potato we add now is not going to change the consistency or the actual flavour really of the crab cakes, but it's you're diluting the amount of crab in there, and it's always a bit of a sin in the food world to get a crab cake or something, which can be expensive because crab's an expensive meat, and then you go into it and it's just all mashed potato. You want to see loads and loads of white flaky crab, so I'm only adding enough mashed potato just to obviously bulk it out. It adds flavour, it adds a little bit of texture, but I don't want to lose the amount of crab that's in there. So you can see as we're mixing it around now, it's really lovely. There's still loads and loads of crab. Crab is the predominant kind of flavour if you're going to give it a taste, but it's all bound together really nicely. So that's pretty much the mixture. Now I'll cover that with some cling film and get that in the fridge up until we're ready to use it. And here we go. When we are ready to use it, we're just going to do our standard breading station, which is a seasoned flour, panko breadcrumbs, and a couple of whisked eggs. Again, all full instructions will be below, and I'll link in previous videos where we've set up breading stations. So you make the crab cake to the size that you want it, usually like a little hockey puck size, or about the size of like a golf ball, and then squish down. But again, it's totally up to you. It doesn't matter at all how big or small, it's your preference. In with the flour, then in the beaten egg, and then finally into the panko breadcrumbs, and then into hot oil. I'm deep frying here at 160 degrees. You can shallow fry these in a pan, and of course all full instructions will be down in the comments below. So we're going to fry these until they go lovely coloured on the outside and have a nice crispy edge. As with all things when you put them in a fryer, they start to float when they're done. I don't know why that is, but it tends to be a really good rule of thumb. These probably had about 5 to 6 minutes. Now just put them out on a kitchen roll to drain them. I obviously am going to waste another tea towel. In with the bowl that we're going to serve them, some watercress, a couple of the crab cakes, and some tartar sauce. And that's it. Very, very simple, very, very straightforward, super fresh. It's spicy, it's full of that crab flavour. You'll see as I chop into it, you can see all the crab that's coming off there straight away. It's delicious, it's spicy. The tartar sauce adds that kind of extra, like, little sour bite to it. Really, really beautiful, really, really easy. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you make them yourselves. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next one.